welcome to my video where I make beef Wellington for the first time. First I took some saran wrap and laid prosciutto out on it, slightly overlapping each other. We took the steaks out early enough and salted and peppered them so they could marinate just a little bit. And each of the Wellingtons I make got 2 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. So for the steaks, I seared them for 30 seconds on each side, as well as taking a total of 30 seconds to do each of the outsides. Had the pan on high, cooking it in olive oil, and managed not to set off the fire alarm for a change. Not very long, just enough to sear it, seal it in. Of course, you can hear that sizzle in the back. After this little bit of pan work, everything else involved is baking. And that's it, you're done. Get that off the heat, clean it up. Okay, so I spread Gorgonzola cheese, half a package on each of the beef Wellingtons. Also the garlic is interspersed in there. So now we're gonna put a layer of spicy brown on both of the fillets. Doesn't have to be especially thick. I probably put it on just the tiniest bit too thick, but it was still delicious, so I'll probably do the same thing next time. Alright, so remember, I've only been cooking for about 6 months. You may see mistakes as we go, but even between the 2 Wellingtons, my talent's improved. Can't wait to the next time I make this, see how well I can get it done. We estimated these cost approximately $35 to $40 for the 2 beef Wellingtons, and they actually were big enough we could have fed 4 people with them. We ended up only eating half of them that first night, and then we ate the other half for lunch the following day. Which, if you're reheating, the best way we've found to reheat them is microwave them for a minute and then toast them for 4 or 5. And sometimes you just need a beer with your cooking. Okay, so being an inexperienced cook as I am, I didn't know how to get the yolks separated from the whites in a normal fashion. I've since been told that you kind of shake it back and forth between the shells to get all the whites out while keeping the yolk. Well, instead I did this, so have fun watching this mess. But you gotta get that little piece of shell out. As we were reviewing the footage, I was just hearing a lot of oh no, from the wife. A lot of head shaking. But hey, that's alright. I know better for next time now. We'll save those whites for later. let's put those yolks to good use. Just a thin layer on each of the puff pastries. Again on the saran wrap to make everything easier and to keep the shape good. Okay, so these sat in the refrigerator for 15 minutes to help it hold its shape, to let the flavors get into the steak from the mustard and the gorgonzola and the garlic. So next time I make these, I'm going to kind of push on those seams a little more, make sure that they close up real good. There were no real problems with it, but I think it'll just make for a tiniest bit better beef Wellington. Also, the next time I prepare this, I'm going to roll out the puff pastry a little bit. Try to get us some extra little bits of pastry so that way I can do some of the fancy designs I've seen on some of the professionally done beef Wellingtons. So even though I didn't massage them closed, I don't know what you would call it, I'm not a cook, but you definitely need that seam at least closed, so that's why you see me unwrapping it, getting that thing back down, and then putting it back in its little shape bundle. I'm back in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Please like, share, and subscribe. As of this recording, there's only 4 subscribers, and it's not like I work on this channel very much, but if you want to see more randomness, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. So you want to put that seam face down, because obviously it's going to get you a little bit prettier of a look after your Wellingtons are cooked. So after putting on another layer of the egg yolk, these are going to go back in the fridge for 10 minutes. Why don't you carve something fun into it? Maybe it's your YouTube name. Maybe it's your spouse. Carve whatever you want into these. Once you've let it sit in the refrigerator, put it into the oven on 400 for 20 minutes. See you later. After 20 minutes, reduce it to 350 and cook it for another 10 to 15 minutes. I did 15 minutes, and the one labeled Izzo turned out a really good medium, but the one labeled Wife turned out to be medium rare. And so we actually switched and ate each other's Wellingtons. course, I didn't know that yet. So we had the unveiling of the Wellington. Oh, it looks so good. And it was so good. Thank goodness. First attempt. So if you can read, you should be able to follow directions. So if you want a meal like this, go ahead and take a shot and cook it. The wife made potatoes because I wasn't smart enough to think of a side for it. But this ended up feeding us for a dinner and a lunch. We think it cost between $35 and $40, which a meal like this would go for $80 or more at a fancy restaurant. So get into your kitchen and cook along with Izzo, and I'll see you in the next video.